What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another edition of On the Road to Victory. I'm your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're all having yourselves a fantastic Tuesday. A very happy New Year's Eve to all of you. Hope you're ready for the new year to come with a Super Bowl trophy in hand. I'm staying patient, but I'm telling you, I'm feeling it. But we go 1 week at a time in these parts, and well, we're in week 18 now, ladies and gentlemen, the final game of the regular season. On to the playoffs we will be next week. Whether it's the Packers, Commanders, whoever wants to come and get it. Anybody in the playoffs, the Lions, the Tigers, the Bears, oh my, I do not give a damn. Haven't all year. As you've heard me repeat over and over again, this is the best team in the NFL. And look, there's always going to be teams trying to be spoiler teams, trying to be dirty and, their fields just suck, whatever it may be. A lot of things, come into play here. And, in one of these games right here, right now, a lot of things could happen. So we know Saquon Barkley could break Eric Dickerson's record, but are they willing to risk their starters? This is something, been talk of the town all week, and we'll talk about it tomorrow during the live show for the new year. But I would love to see him break it. I think it's awesome. We talked about it. He's had 34 carries, less than Eric Dickerson. Don't want to hear any of the narratives, but he's had a phenomenal season. 9th player to ever go over 2,000 yards. Great job, him. Now, if you want him to break that record against his old team, that's just so hard not to let him do that. And you want him to stay healthy. I totally get it if they don't, but at least give him some run in the first quarter. Let him try a little bit in the second if he's getting somewhere. Dude, it breaks a couple big runs, and he's probably real close to it. He had, 176 yards last time we saw him. So a lot of things going on in this game. We'll see. And during the top matchup show, we'll talk about a lot, whether it's the starters, the backups, all kinds of stuff. So we'll get into that. But right here, right now, we are behind enemy lines, getting to know everything about the Giants. And last time we saw them was week 7, and that was 11 weeks ago. And a lot has changed here for this team. So we're going to talk about all that, see how they've been doing so far. And any questions, comments that you have, love to hear from you down below. Appreciate you guys hitting that like button, sharing, subscribing, all those things to support the channel. I cannot thank you enough for. So let's jump right into this bad boy, and let's take a gander at how the Giants have been doing. And, well, they've been doing completely terrible, and I love it. So, as you can see, 31st in points, 29th in total yardage. 22nd in rushing, 27th in passing, 25th in giving up sacks, tied for 20th in turnovers. Then on the defensive side of the ball, 23rd in points, 24th in total yardage, 31st against the run the damn ball, 10th against the pass, 9th in sacks. That's good, but tied for 24th. Not getting too many interceptions, getting some fumble recoveries, but doing pretty horrible. And they've had a lot of injuries, a lot of horrible mistakes by their GM have definitely affected this team. So that is why they find themselves at the bottom of the NFC East. And hey, look at the chance up there at the top, 13-3. Love to see it. But they're also at the bottom of the NFC, and they're battling it out for that bottom spot in the NFL with 3 other teams in the AFC that are 3-13 as well. So we'll see who gets that first pick. But a lot of hilarious narratives here. And, I don't want them to have a good pick, but either way, the Giants suck, man. They're going to make the wrong decision, whatever decision they decide to do. So I'm comfortable if they want the first pick. I really don't care. But you can see bottom of the barrel here, Eagles sitting at that number 2 spot. We talked about it. That is where they will be. They are locked in at number 2. We'll see if it's Packers, Commanders, who wants to win or lose these games. And we'll find out who the number 1 seed is between the Lions and the Vikings there. Whoever wins that game. That's crazy, man. You're going to have a division, like a team that doesn't win their division with 14 wins. That's wild as hell. So, but we know what team isn't winning their division, and, well, that's the New York Giants. So let's take a look at this team, and we'll take a look first before we get to know their roster. You got the same coaching staff from when we saw them. Dable there, still as head coach. Kafka as the offensive coordinator. Bowen, DC, Gabriel there as special teams coordinator. So no changes there. Love every second of that. You can see the practice squad has quite a plethora of changes here. A lot of offensive tackles added, less defensive players. You've got a couple of guys on the practice squad IR in Carter Coughlin and Jimmy Morrissey. So you can see these are the guys that are not on their active roster. could be elevated for this game. I'll keep you up to date. That news will come out Saturday. But let's also take a look, before we look at this roster, we're going to look at this depth chart. And these are the guys you won't see on it. So no Davidson, no Theo Johnson, Dexter Lawrence, Patrick Johnson, ex-Eagle, Tyler Newman, the stud safety, Ojulari, Okiriki. I mean, they've got John Runyon Jr., Andrew Thomas. There's a lot of pieces that they have on IR. So if you're wondering where some of these guys are when I show you this depth chart, well, that's where they are. So, yeah. Now some of them just won't be on the team, like good old Daniel Jones here. So a lot of changes since we've seen them. And I don't even think Daniel Jones had 100 yards in week 7. I think it was like 99 or something. That's terrible and truly hilarious. But let's take a look here at what this team looks like now. And Tyrone Tracy, we talked about him during that game. You know, I picked him up early in fantasy, thought this kid would take over, and he has done just that. He's averaging 4.4 yards per carry. He's got 5 touchdowns on the year. The kid's, he's got a bright future. And if they can get a quarterback, man, they've got themselves some studs here with Malik Neighbors as well. And the tight end Theo Johnson for Penn State, I really like that kid on IR right now. But the receivers, pretty much the same as when we saw them. The running backs, just Tracy is the lead back now. But obviously, you don't have Daniel Jones. You have Drew Lock. And dude goes out and wins a game for him. Truly hilarious. The one time they don't want to win, he goes out and wins it. Love it. But you see Bellinger there, finally getting to play a little bit more. They added Greg Dulcich after he was let go of by the Broncos. I would have given him a shot. Athletic kid, but can't stay healthy. So we'll see what happens with him. But you can see the offensive line is quite shaken up here. The only thing the same is the center, John Michael Schmitz. Now you've got Ella Manor there as left tackle rather than right tackle. And now you got Evan Neal at right tackle. So Andrew Thomas was left tackle, but then he was out before, we played them. And then it was, I think Hubbard was there. And then you had Ella Manor down at right tackle. But now Evan Neal, who sucks, is at right tackle. You had the rookie Jay Kubas was backing guys up. Now he's the starter at right guard. Van Roten lost his spot and is now the backup center and guard. They added Austin Schlottman for depth. And then Azeju there as a backup as well. Aaron Stinney taking the role of John Runyon, who is on IR as well. So some changes there for sure. But look, I don't think anything is going to help this team. Last time we played them, 23 yards for Tracy, 18 for Singletary. And I think I said Daniel Jones couldn't even get 100 yards. I thought that was pretty hilarious. Neighbors only had 41. Wan'Dale Robinson had 23. So this offense definitely had its struggles. So I think they will again, but it could be the Eagles' backup. So maybe they have an opportunity to fight for this game. It is a divisional matchup, so we shall see. And they do have a lot of very talented young guys on this team. Now on defense, you saw all the pieces that they are missing there. Jordan Riley taking the place of Dexter Lawrence. I mean, but you do have Kayvon Thibodeau back. He wasn't here last time. You got Brian Burns. So a nice little pair there. Kira Keys on IR, though. So Muasal there as the linebacker. The cornerbacks are actually the same, Flott, Banks, and Phillips, but some of the depth pieces there are definitely different. Added D. Williams, the rookie from the Seahawks. And then you see Pinnock and now Dane Belton because Newbin on IR. So defense a little bit different, but they couldn't stop us last time. We put up 28 points on them, 114 yards for Hurts. You had Barkley with 176, averaged 10.4 yards per carry in that game. Even had 2 catches for 11 yards. I mean, A.J. Brown at 89 yards. We did what we wanted to them. And look, we talked about our defense. It was a sack party. We had like 8 sacks, but this D did get 5 on us, and we talked about it. They are in the top 10 in sacks, so let's protect whoever the quarterback is, and let's put up some points on this defense, whether it's backup starters. Don't give a damn. Then the special teams department, Graham Gano is back. They did not have him last time. Then you've got Amir Smith, Marset, and Eric Gray still as your returners. But D. Williams, as I mentioned, is now on their team, the rookie, and he is a return man, can help with both punt and kick returns, just like Smith Marset there. But that's all you need to know about the Giants, what's changed, what's going on with them, and we'll get into the rest of it as the week goes on. So tomorrow, the initial injury report, I will drop that around 4, whatever. Then later in the night, you will get a New Year's show live. We're going to talk about the Eagles. just talk about everything we talked about last year and where I think it'll lead into this year and the future of this dynasty that I've been talking about. So keep tuning in. Of course, you'll still have the game status report Friday, practice squad elevation Saturday. So keep tuning in. You'll have a show every day keeping you up to date, leading us into these playoffs, baby. And I hope everybody jumps on board soon. I've been trying to warn them every week. Don't wait till the end of the season, man. And it looks like that most of them have. So welcome aboard. We'll be seeing you as you become the biggest fans ever. And for you sickos and diehards, I better be meeting your asses or seeing you again at this parade. But we'll worry about this week right here, right now, and we'll get into the rest. But I'm getting excited just thinking of this new year, new me, new team. Let's go Birds. But all I've got for you tonight, if you enjoyed this video, do me a favor, hit that like button, share this bad boy, subscribe down below. If you need anything, it doesn't have to be about the Birds. Always here for you guys as you are me. If you live near me, need a ride home tonight, reach out. Love to help you out. Don't be out there hurting yourself, getting yourself in trouble, or hurting others or anything like that. I love you guys. Want to see you doing well. But all I've got for you. So until next time, I am Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. You all stay safe out there, and as always, say with me one last time this year, Go Birds!